Hi everyone, and welcome to another slow and low karate practice session. Um, I hope you enjoyed the last session. I hope you've been going through it a few times, so it's not just that you've done it once. And I hope you're ready to move on to try something new and a little bit different. And um, we'll recount on some of the things that we've done before, perhaps, and do some new things, and just generally and gradually move on. Good. All right. So keep your hands by your sides. Little bow to begin. All right. So let's just start with a nice steady warm up. We're stepping from side to side, slide and close. Nice and easy. And remember, I'm sticking to my 4 square mats here. So I'm working on the theory that you can probably manage to get 2 meters each way in your home. Let's go forward and back. Nice and steady. Keep your knees soft. Don't tense those knees. Don't lock your legs. Good. Right now I'm going to lead up with the other leg. I'm going to lead back with the other leg as well. In case any of you are wondering, you think, well, it's a karate lesson. Why isn't he wearing his karate gi and his belt and whatever? And I thought that, and maybe I will do sometimes. But I wanted you to feel relaxed. I feel like you and I can be dressed similarly. It's just jog bottoms, trainers, t-shirt, hoodie. So I just want you to feel relaxed and don't feel as though wearing a gi or a belt or anything is essential to training karate. It's really not. It's nice if you're in a group and you're training in a hall with a group of other people. This gives that feeling of belonging, that feeling of being in a group and being part of something bigger. That's not quite so relevant when you're training at home. Alright, push your hands together. And lock your fingers and pull. So you're making your shoulders and arms work. And push again. And pull. Lovely. Alright, just put one hand on top of the other. Push the low hand upwards. So this hand's going upwards. This one's pushing down. Nice and gentle. Swap them over. And just keep going on your toes. It's a nice way to get your legs warm. Good. Alright, let's have some back lunges. One leg and then the other. I'm sure you're beginning to understand now that I'm a big fan of using our legs to get us warm. As I've said before, probably many times, and I hope you're not getting bored, it makes sense. These are where the biggest muscles are in your body. Get those muscles activated, and you get the blood flowing nice and quickly, and that'll get us warm. Good. Alright, so legs about twice as wide as your shoulders. I just want some nice little squats. You don't need to worry about going too far. What we're doing is firing up these muscles. Keep yourself upright. Maybe just stick your arms out as you go now. Get those shoulders and torso muscles engaged as well. Just nice and steady. Good. Right, now pull yourself over to one side. Get it over this way. Then put a little bit of a stretch on the inside of this leg. Not too much. And we go the other way. A little bit of a stretch. Good, back the other way. Lovely, and back the other way again. Good, right, now this time, when you bend this leg back, I want you to point your toes in the air on this leg, on a straight leg, right, and just lean down towards the thigh of this leg. Now this should change it from being an adductor stretch, the muscle at the inside of your leg, to being a hamstring stretch down the back of your leg. So just lean in gently, so you should feel this muscle down the back here, just being pulled out nice and straight, taking through its full length of movement. Go the other side, the toes up, lean down towards that straight leg, nice and steady. Good, right, let's move around a bit again. Right, let's bring our arms across our body and out again. Lovely, nice and steady. Now, again, as I've said many times, if I do anything that's too strenuous for you, one up and one down, just back off on it. Just do it less strenuously. You know, what I'm after with this slow and low karate is for everyone to feel like they can be active, they can get their body movement, get their body movement going and increased, and feel really good about things. Yeah, right. So pull one arm across your body and pull it in closer with your other arm. So this arm just goes across my body. I'll just pull it a little bit closer with this arm. Should feel it stretch up the back here on my shoulder. I'm going to introduce a concept to you today that I'm calling TNT. Now, you may be, wow, explosive. Well, not really. I'm going to use TNT to put across to you tone, not tension. Tone, not tension. TNT. Because I think that having tone in our body, in our system, in our physicality is good, but we don't want tension. The tension is not good. Nobody wants more tension. Good, right, shake those arms out, loosen them off. Okay, now I'm going to get you to do some knee swings and some leg swings. So, I'll put my right leg forward, and you put your left and we can mirror each other. Alright, so all I want you to do is swing this back leg up this way, and back again. Not too high, just to a comfortable height and back. Okay, just let it sweep up and back. Good. And this will just loosen up your glutes and your lower back. Do it 10 times. But having said that, I haven't been counting, so we'll estimate. Let's do a couple more. Good, and then we'll change sides. Remember, keep this nice and steady. Don't hurt yourself. Don't go beyond what you can do easily. Yeah. Great stuff. And again, I haven't counted, so I've no idea how many I've done. Good. And now let's do opening the gate. I just want you to lift up your leg, take it out to the side. Lift up and take it up to the side. Just to loosen up these muscles again on the inside of your legs, your adductors. Lift up and sweep out, nice and steady. So can you have a think about that expression, TNT, tone, not tension. I think it's, I was thinking about it this morning as I was walking my dogs, and I thought, yeah, that works. TNT, it's got a nice memorable ring to it, but it's really important when we're doing this style of karate. Well, to be honest with you, in any type of karate, tone, not tension is a good thing to think about and to have all the time, really. Good, right, now let's do some straight leg swings. So left leg forward, just going to swing this leg gently and let it drop back when it reaches a point where it reaches its limit. Right, so we'll swing up here and then just let it drop back. Yeah, 2, I will count on this now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, change sides, nice and steady. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely, good. Right, let's do some movements to just warm up our arms and bring tone to our arms. Let me explain a little bit more about this TNT, tone not tension. So if I said to you, open your legs wide, this sort of width, bend your knees and lock up your thigh muscles, really make them stand out, really tense them and make them stand out. That would be tension. Right? So I'm asking you to really hold it and be tense. However, if I say just bend your knees and then just allow it to just stay in that position without tension, without you locking up, but just hold it there and be nice and relaxed. That's tone. Your muscles are being toned. They're being activated, but not taken to their limit. They're not being pushed as far as they can. They're not operating at 100% capacity. They're just switched on. They're just being used. Right, so bend those knees. Tone, not tension. Right, now we're going to do a block to the side with each arm. Now, what I'd like you to do is to bring the hand that ends up doing the block. So I'm going to use my left hand to block. And I want the left hand goes across my body like this, and the other one just goes on top of it. I do this. And I do the opposite and this. And then the opposite and this. Now, to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter if you do it the other way around, if you come off the top. I mean, in reality, what we're doing is blocking. We're stopping a technique coming towards us. I think this may be fractionally stronger when it comes from underneath than when it comes from on top. Maybe just there's a little bit more travel, you get a little bit more of this pull-push action. Right, so it may be a little bit stronger. But don't stress yourself out about getting it the wrong way around sometimes. If you were in a karate class and there was a group of people with you, then I would be saying, yeah, try and get it the right way around, try and get it the correct way around, because there has to be a way to do it, and this is the way we've chosen, and if everyone does it that way, then we're all the same. Right? But in reality, it probably isn't going to make a difference between it being successful or unsuccessful. Alright, so after that long explanation, let's just do a few of these actions to bring some tone to our body. Now I want you to try and keep a little bit of tone in all your torso. So don't just, I mean, if I take my hoodie off, I can show you a bit better. So as from a side view, I've got this not pulled in, I'm not tensing it, but there is tone in my abdominal wall. I'm not just going boom like this, yeah? And my back isn't slumping, and then my spine do all the work. And I'm holding it up straight. I'm using the muscles in my back to hold me upright, but I'm not tense, and I'm not locked and tense. I'm just holding myself upright. I'm using my shoulder muscles to pull those shoulders back into a nice position while I do this. Yeah? Okay, so that's what we're after then. So feet about twice as wide as your shoulders. Soften your knees. And we could call this a horse riding stance, because we'll be doing that a little bit later as well. Alright, so all I want you to do is this. 1, 2, just mirror me, just whatever I'm doing in front of you, do the same. Right, keep that nice tone in your legs. After a little while, they may begin to ache. Well, that's good, that's your workout. That's when we do this for a workout, don't we? You know, we're not just doing it for, I don't know, to say we do it. We want some results. Right, so just keep that gentle tone in your legs, in your torso, in your back. Right, that's good. Right, now let's just change up a little bit. Let's sweep our hand down this way. Yeah, so just up and down. Keep that stance soft, keep those knees slightly bent. Up, down, and the blocking hand just comes from on top each time. Yeah. And the other hand, the one that you're not blocking with, just pull it back to your side each time. Yeah, it's rather than me confuse things and give you too many things to think about at this stage, just trust me that it's important that you pull the other hand back, and we can do a little bit more about explaining that in a moment. Good, right, relax for a second, because I'm beginning to feel the tingle in my legs, so I'm sure you guys might be as well. I'm just going to grab a quick drink. Okay, let's go again then. So set that same stance, and this time I want us to block them up above our head. Yeah, alright, so here we go. So let's start with, I'll start with my left hand up. And if you want to mirror me, that's fine. Doesn't matter which side we start with. Right, so here we go, just crossing over this way. Nice and gentle, knees soft. So this part of me's working. This is TNT'd. Yeah, it's toned, not tensioned. Yeah, and I'm just gently pushing my hands up above my head. And these are upper blocks. And the other hand, the one I'm not blocking with, just gently comes back to my side, palm up. Yeah, nice and steady. That's good. Let's do a few more of these. Alright, wonderful. I've got one more of these to do, and this is called an inside block. So we just push across this way, and push across this way. Nice and steady. Right, now when I follow, take both arms out this way. And again, I can explain this to you a bit more when we get into using these techniques. But first of all, let's just get the techniques. Alright, and the exercise value of the technique. Now I don't know what you feel in your torso here, but as I turn, as I forward, I feel my torso just being gently twisted and stretched. Just go a little bit further than it is when I'm in this position. Right, then pulling it back in the other way. This way. So I'm getting a nice gentle torso workout as we go. Yeah, so hands this way, coming into the center. Good. That's lovely. Oh, you know what I'm doing there. Alright, wonderful, good, relax. Relax. So that's a nice little warm up for our shoulders and legs. And I've introduced the concept of TNT to you. Tone, not tension. Now, in our karate classes, we do things that we call basics. Now, the idea of a basic is that we teach this action, say a downward block, and we teach it as a block, something's coming towards us, we push it out of the way, we end up in a nice strong stance. And as I've said to you guys before, I don't mind how long or short your stances are, but I would like you to do correctly, because if you're going to learn this as a hobby, you're going to learn karate as a hobby, then do it correctly. Do it as correctly as you possibly can. I don't mind if it's not, the stance isn't as long as some people's, I don't mind if the stance is shorter, but I want you to understand the concept and understand why. Right, so we're going to look at forward stance. I'll turn this way again. We're going to step forward this way and back. Yeah, so when we step forward, however long or short our stance is, our front leg is bent, our back leg is straight. And I call this come and push my car stance. Right, so if my car won't start, you'll get behind it, get on the boot or the back doors and you go, and you would naturally make a forward stance. Right, because you'd want to push with your back leg, you want your front leg to be bent so that you could move forward okay, and you could let your body weight go into it. So this is a forward stance. And when we use forward stance in karate, that's exactly what we want. We want that forward action this way. We want to be able to move forward into that position. And again, without getting too complicated, there are other reasons. Stances really are just snapshots of action, but I'll explain that all a little bit more later. So, what I'm going to get you to do, you face me and we'll mirror each other. So I'm going to step forward with my right leg first, so you step with your left leg first. Right, so all I want you to do is step forward, one there, and then I want you to take one more step forward, there, good, and now we're going to step back again. So step back, and back to this position. Yeah, so we start like this, our feet shoulder width, and then step forward with your left leg, good, so you're mirroring me. Good, bend your front leg, make sure your back leg isn't bent. And you can see the width of my stance here, so I'm stable, I'm not going to rock from side to side. Then I step forward once more, make the same position with the other leg in front. Then I step back again. Good. And then come back to here. Yeah? Alright, now let's step forward with the other leg first. So I'll start with my left, which will be your right. So step forward here. Bend your front leg, keep your back leg straight, step forward, do the same position. Good, now we'll step back again, and then we'll come back to here. Yeah, alright, so all we're doing is practicing stances. So, step forward again, step back, and come back to the start. So my reasoning for asking you to do this, the whole purpose behind us doing this, is for you to be able to make this motion and finish in this position. Now if I tell you the position where I need you to finish, then you'll probably get there putting your body in the most efficient method to get there. Yeah? And then when we step forward, we're transitioning. This is called a transition. We move from a left stance into a right stance, into a left stance to a right stance, moving forward. And then from here, we step back to move from a right stance into a left stance, or opposite way around for you, going backwards. And then we start again. Yeah, so it's nice and simple, there's nothing complicated about it. And when we begin with the other leg, then obviously from a standing position, we go into a, which will be a left stance for you, I think. Yeah, because I'm right. Then you step forward with the other leg. So you can do that. You can go from stance to stance. You can go from right to left, left to right. Right, and then we go back. And then we relax. Come back to here. Right, so let's do that again. Ready? So forward, 1 and 2. Now let's move back. 1 and back to the start. 2. Yeah, does that make sense to you? So I'm trying to get you to practice stepping into this position with your left leg and then moving forward into your right stance. And then we'll start with your right leg and step forward into your left stance. And then of course, from your right stance, you're practicing moving away from an opponent from either stance. So we're getting the benefit of both, of all ways of doing this. We're going forward starting with our left, forward starting with our right, we're transitioning into the opposite stance, and we're moving backwards. Okay, so let's do 2 more now. I'm going to start right, so if you mirror me, that'll be your left. We'll do 2 on each side. Okay, ready? So you start left, I'll start right. Ready? Step forward. Good. Step again. Step back. And relax. Good. Step forward left. Step forward. Good. So this will be right leg in front. Step back. And relax. Good. Right, now let's do the other side. So we step forward with this side. Yeah? So it'll be my left, but it'll be your right. Right, so step forward, into the stance, step again. Good, then let's step back and back to the beginning. Good, and once more, ready, forward, Good, step again. Good, now step back. And back to relaxing position. Alright, good. Now, remember when we stood like this at the beginning and we did these various things? Yeah, did all these movements? Good. Well, we're going to use those arm movements with this stance. And we're going to start off by blocking upwards. Yeah? Alright, so here we go then. We'll do this properly. So set position, and then Jumbi position. Okay, so this is your hobby stuff. This is you saying, yeah, let's get it right because I want to do the things right. I want to learn karate correctly, even though it's slow and low karate. That still needs to be correct. Okay, so we're in the nice Jumbi position. Right now, I'm mirroring you, so I'm going to put my right hand underneath. Yeah, so with your left hand, if we're a mirror, your left hand goes underneath, your right hand goes on your shoulder. Now you're going to step forward with your left leg, and you're going to block up above your head like this. Yeah? So what I'm trying to get you to adapt is this movement with this arm action. Yeah, and I'm showing you the most basic and precise way to do it, so that you can start like this. You can start to just do it as a hobby and an interest, but subconsciously and without you even knowing it, it will become effective. It will be a good, strong block that works. Okay, but that need or need not be the reason for you to do it. You're probably doing it just as a hobby. Alright, so I'm going to fold this way, right hand on top, step forward, and we'll block up above our head. Good. I'm going to take the hand that's blocking at the moment, put it on our shoulder, step forward and block with the other hand. Take the hand that's blocking at the moment, put it on your shoulder, step backwards, and block. And come on. Yep, is that okay? Now let's try again. So, you're going to put your right hand on top. You're going to step forward with your left leg. And you're going to block up with your left hand. Fold this on top. The one that's blocking goes on top. You step forward and block. Good. And you put the hand that's blocking on top. You step back. Block up. Come on. Alright, now if you're an aficionado, well, it's easy for you to say, isn't it? If you're someone who knows Taekwondo, then when I say come on, you might be thinking, oh, you should always step forward to come on. Yeah, I appreciate that. But we're not really doing any style of karate here. It's just, well, we're doing slow and low karate. So as I've created this, as I've put this together, then it's fine for you to step backwards to come on. But you wouldn't normally in a class. Okay, let's do it a couple more times. Ready? So we're going to Jumbi, also set position first. Jumbi. Good. Okay, now put your right hand on your shoulder, your left hand in your armpit. Good, now step forward with your left leg and block up above your head. Good. Alright, now come there, whoops. Put the hand you're blocking with on your shoulder, put the other one underneath, step forward and block up. Good. Now use the hand you're blocking with, put it on top, put the other one underneath, step back and block up. Come on. Good, alright, so we've done that a few times. Let's start with the other leg. Yep, so we're going to put your left hand on top, your right hand in your armpit. You're going to step forward with your right leg. You're going to block up with your right hand. Good, and then you're going to fold this hand on top. The one that's blocking goes on top. Step forward, block up. Good, put this hand on top. Step back and block up. Come on. Yeah, nice and simple. Let's do it again. So, left hand on top, right hand underneath. Right leg steps forward. Block up. Fold this hand, the one you're using to block, on your shoulder. Put the other one underneath. Step forward, block up. Good. Now put this hand on top, other one underneath. Step back, block up. Come on. All right, good. So I'll introduce you to the concept of stepping into a forward stance and the action that push the car. Yeah, obviously when we step back, it isn't necessarily an ideal stance to make when you're stepping backwards, but space means that we need to go forward and back, forward and back. And I don't want to overcomplicate things yet. Maybe we will in the future. I don't want to overcomplicate things at the moment by saying forward stance when we go forward, but back stance when we go back. Let's just keep it simple to begin with, and then we can introduce more concepts as we get into this more and more. Alright, well I hope you really enjoyed the session today. Quite simple. I wouldn't say easy. Something you probably have to concentrate on a little bit, but it's worth it, to get the understanding of how all the karate moves work. Just spend a little bit of time focusing on the correct hand and the correct leg and looking at your positions. Alright, but remember this. Doing something, even doing it badly, is much better than doing nothing at all. And it's going to be much better for your health than doing nothing. Alright guys, it's been lovely working with you. Feet together, hands by your sides, and bow. Thank you. See you soon.